Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a new type of a video called a Cryptozoology Legend. This first one is going to be on Grover Krantz, who I consider to be one of the foremost experts on hairy hominids, Bigfoot, basically. Before I get into this, however, if you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you would hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on social media, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. And if you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there. I like to think I write good stories that make you think. I wrote a 3-book science fiction Western series called Drifters, and I'm working on the 4th one. I wrote a political fantasy called The Righteous President. I wrote a fun story about a house in New Orleans called a house in New Orleans where the monsters all hang out. It's called The House off Farrago Road. And I've got 2 of them written so far. I'm working on the 3rd one. It's space warfare, science fiction. It's a study of humanity from an alien perspective. The first one is called Vanguard 1. The second one is called Task Force Terminus. And I'm working on the 3rd one now. So I hope you get them. I hope you enjoy them. Now, on with this video. The Cryptozoology Legend, Grover Krantz. He was born November 5th, 1931. He died February 14th, 2007 of pancreatic cancer. It was a terrible loss to the Bigfoot research community. Grover Krantz was an American anthropologist and a cryptozoologist. He was a legend in the Bigfoot community. He was one of the few actual scientists not only to research Bigfoot, but to also express his belief that the creatures actually exist. He was one of the major proponents of the Gigantopithecus theory, and Gigantopithecus was a huge ape, which mainstream science says has gone extinct. Krantz was a proponent of the theory that those apes have not gone extinct, but rather have decreased in population, and they hide in various uninhabited areas around the world. And there's a lot of logic to his brain working there. Grover Krantz was born in Salt Lake City, Utah, to Carl Victor Emanuel Krantz and Esther Maria Krantz. Grover Krantz served in the Air National Guard as a desert survival instructor at Clovis, New Mexico. That's where I was born. From 1951 to 1952, he served there. I was born in Clovis, New Mexico, 67. He received a master's degree in science in 1958. He received a doctorate of anthropology from the University of Minnesota in 1971. He taught at Washington State University from 1968 to 1998. So this guy had some serious academic chops. He was a mainstream scientist, okay? And this is what any questionable field needs, is a mainstream scientist to give it some credibility. And that's what this guy did. He didn't go at it and say, oh, I think it's real. He went in and he looked at it. He did his field research, and then he said they were real. Krantz was very personable. He was well liked by his students. His reputation for alcohol consumption and parties was legendary. This dude was a partier. Holy crap. His professional work was diverse, including research on Paleolithic stone tools, Neanderthal taxonomy and culture, the Quaternary extinction event, sea level changes, and the evidence of sex in the human fossil record. This guy really had his academic chops, I'm telling you. In 1996, Krantz became embroiled in the Kennewick Man controversy. Go ahead and look that up. I'm not going to get into it here, but look that up. It's extremely interesting. Grover Krantz was the first serious researcher to devote his professional energies to the scientific study of Bigfoot. This began in 1963. Because cryptozoology research is pretty much ignored by mainstream science, Krantz tried to appeal to a wider audience by appearing in numerous TV documentaries on the subject. For a long time, Krantz was the go-to guy when TV producers wanted a solid scientific opinion on cryptid research or monster sightings. Usually when they do a TV show, they want a pro and a con for whatever topic they're doing, and for the documentary or whatever. And he was the pro, and he had a scientific background, he had serious academic chops, and he believed. So there you go. Krantz became convinced of Bigfoot's existence when he examined the Cripplefoot cast showing the same creature hundreds of miles apart and years apart. So essentially they had plaster casts of Bigfoot, Bigfoot tracks. But it was the exact same track with the same broken foot that had healed weird. But it was in two different places across the country, hundreds of miles apart, maybe thousands of miles apart. And then the casts were made years apart as well. So it showed a real creature moving through the U.S. The cast also showed dermal ridges, which act like fingerprints on feet. And according to Grover Krantz, those are they're almost impossible to fake. You can make fake footprints, no problem. You can make the same broken footprint, but with the same dermal ridges, that unless you're using the exact same fake cast in two different places years apart, that's tough. That's tough. And the foot made sense, by the way. The people who made the cast know how feet operate. A heavier creature, a taller creature, their foot would be designed differently. That's what I'm saying. This got him to re-examine the Patterson-Gimlin film, which he originally thought was a hoax. He became an advocate of its authenticity. So if you've not seen the Patterson-Gimlin film, you've got to. It's really, really good. Grover Krantz did more to further the scientific study of Bigfoot than any other scientist on Earth, in my opinion. And for that, Grover Krantz is a cryptozoology legend. Anybody has any more information or more comments, or even if you disagree with me, put it in the comments. I'm sure we would all love to read them. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all. Vanguard 1, Devo Poland, a scientific representative from a pacifist race called the Gandhiri, has come to Earth to learn the one thing that humans do better than anyone else in the galaxy: to fight. In the sequel, Task Force Terminus, Earth is at war with an alien race called the Amdola. Devo Poland's new commission in the Terran fleet exposes him to bigotry and treachery, and he comes to realize that sometimes political and military maneuvering are one and the same.